We're 17 hours and 30 minutes in and we have a big problem. I'm going to be spending 24 hours in this very small garage creating an art piece. If you're new here, these are the kind of art pieces that I normally make, but the one we're going to be making today, cannot wait to build this one. If everything goes well, it's probably going to become my favorite piece I've ever built. So here's our little timer. Let's get started. In the next 24 hours, I need to do 5 things. Number 1, I need to cut and assemble my pieces. Number 2, I need to paint my subject. Number 3, I need to build the background. Number 4, I need to epoxy my subject and maybe epoxy the background, we'll see. And then number 5, I need to assemble it all together. I've never actually kept track of how long a project takes before, so the question is, can I do it in under 24 hours? First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut out the background so that I have that piece set aside. Then we're gonna cut out each layer. All right, as you can see, I got my background built. So that's all ready for me to prime it and everything when I'm ready for that. I just wanted to get that done so that the glue could be dry by the time we paint it. Now, it's been 43 minutes. There's probably gonna be a lot of times in this video where you're wondering why something took me so long to do. And the reason for that, I often just sit there and stare at it for a long time, thinking the best way to do something, just making a decision in my head. I probably could have built that in 20 minutes if I wanted, but we're at 43 minutes. That's just how it goes. Now what I need to do next is cut out all of my pieces for this design. Here's the design I drew up. That's what we're gonna be attempting to make. But first I need to draw out each one of those pieces with my projector. This one has a lot of pieces and I need them to align perfectly. We can't make any mistakes. All right, it's been 1 hour and 43 minutes. I had to take a quick break because my jigsaw blade was barely even a jigsaw blade anymore. It wasn't cutting anything, so I went and got some new jigsaw blades. So now we can keep cutting. Also, I realized I got a timer that doesn't show the hours, so I'm having to keep track of the hours, which is a pain. 4 hours and 8 minutes in, I got all my pieces cut out. Now I just have to sand them all down, which is by far the worst part of this process. There's probably like 50 different little pieces, little tiny pieces like this that I have to sand down. Not fun, but we got to do it because if we don't do it, it makes the whole thing look horrible in the end. So I have to make sure I sand them down really smooth. Let's get started.
Feels like we are strangers in our home. Surrender to the blue that leads us from. These feelings that last for much too long. On and on. I was dreaming of a safer home. A space that we can drive into our own. Memories are twisted and we're torn. Moving on. So now we're moving on.
Oh, finished. We finished sanding. Let's see what time it is. So right after I filmed this video, my YouTube channel got hacked, and recovering a YouTube channel is no joke. So it took me a while to recover my YouTube channel, but we're back. But I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who reached out on my Instagram, who was concerned for my channel when they saw a crypto live stream. But yeah, that was not me. I'm not trying to scam you guys with crypto. Go follow my Instagram just in case anything ever happens. I can let you guys know. But anyway, appreciate you guys. Get back to the video. 5 hours, 38 minutes in. Time to clean up a little bit. I thought I was done sanding, but I realized I have this one and this one to sand still, the two biggest pieces. So I guess we continue. We're at 6 hours and 32 minutes. I took a little break to clean up a bit, get rid of all the dust out of the garage now that we are finally done with all the cutting and sanding, which I am very glad we are done with all of that. My nose is full of dust. But now we can move on to priming everything. The first layer I'm gonna prime a dark red, and then all the rest of the layers I'm gonna prime white. So I'm gonna glue all of the layers together except for the first layer because I'm gonna prime it a different color, and then I'll glue all the other layers together, if that makes sense. I also need to prime the background. All right, we're just under 8 hours and I ran out of super glue. I almost got all the layers on. I just have one more layer, the final layer with all the tiny little pieces. No more super glue. I ran out of all my super glues, used everything I had. So I'm gonna run to Ace real quick, grab some more, finish this up. New glue has been acquired. Now we can finish this up. Last piece. Now that it's all glued up, we can prime it, and then we gotta wait for the primer to dry. We're currently at 8 hours and 47 minutes. All right, we're 11 hours and 16 minutes into this project. I'm just getting ready to paint. I just sanded down the primer so it's all ready to paint. I'm gonna be starting on this first base layer and then I'll move on to the other one and then we can glue them together. And I know a lot of you are gonna say I should just paint all the layers first before I assemble them together, but trust me, it does not work that well when you do it that way. I've done it before and it sucks. I'd much rather just paint it all when it's all together because it's more like painting a canvas and it's much more enjoyable. So with that being said, let's paint. I'm officially 12 hours into this project, still painting, of course. I got my first layer all painted. I'm working on my second layer right now on this one, and it's just taking forever. I just have to do multiple coats because it's a dark paint going on a white primer. So I just have to do like 3 coats, and then we can move on to the lighter colors. It's a good thing I have 12 hours left because this painting is gonna take a long time, but we'll get it done. Let's get back to it. We're at 14 hours and 12 minutes. I am the slowest painter ever, obviously, but I'm just having fun. I keep taking breaks to go walk to the beach because it's such a nice day out today, so that's another excuse I have, but I'm also just slow. I only have one more layer to paint, then I'm gonna glue it together, then I can paint all the little details that I want. We're just around 14 hours and 40 minutes into this project. I finished painting all the layers. Now I need to glue the whole thing together. Then once that glue dries, we can paint on all the details. I completely forgot that we still need to paint the background. Maybe I'll do that while the glue dries. We'll see. Just over 15 hours into this project, we are about to start painting the background. I'm gonna do a green background and kind of fade it from a light green to a dark green, almost black around it. I think that'll really make the elk pop and stand out from the background. I'm also gonna leave the background matte like I normally do and do the elk really glossy epoxy. It's kind of the idea. Let's do it. We're 17 hours and 30 minutes in and we have a big problem. I just did the epoxy and it's a good thing we have a bunch of time because this epoxy I've never used before. I got a different brand and it's just so runny that it goes on really uneven. It doesn't level out, and because there's so many layers on my piece, the epoxy like stays away from the edge and it just looks horrible. You can't really see it on camera, but so I think I'm gonna have to get some of the epoxy that I normally use and just do another second coat on top of this one in like 4 hours. That really sucks. This epoxy is just way too runny. The epoxy that I normally use is really thick, but I only have a little bit left, so hopefully it's enough to be able to do a second coat on this and make it look good.
Let's try this again. Time for round 2.
I think that fixed it, but only time will tell, so now we wait and find out if it worked. I got the frame built and painted. If we're counting drying time in this whole 24-hour thing, then we are well over 24 hours, but I'm gonna say that we're not. It took the epoxy 12 hours alone to dry, and I've been waiting for my paint to dry all day. It's been like 4 hours since I painted it. So yeah, drying time is not included in this. But now that everything's ready, I'm gonna assemble the whole art piece together, and then it should be done, and I'll show you guys. All right, he's all finished. I absolutely love how he turned out. I think he's my favorite piece I have ever done. And I think I'm actually gonna sell this one online now that I got shipping figured out. So keep an eye out for that. But anyway, here it is. Let me know what you guys think.
Oh, you